Tomorrow, my boyfriend is going to ask me to marry him and I'm going to say no. I feel like if I don't tell someone, even strangers, I'll explode. The ache in my heart is only getting worse and I don't know what I can do to change how I feel. If I had one wish right now, it would be to somehow magically change how I feel. A week ago I found the ring. I think it was a week ago. He knew exactly what ring to buy. A girl can't ask for a more beautiful ring. It's been in his family for years. He also got a backup ring. I also know he asked my dad's permission and that my dad gave it to him despite both of us being young. Well, youngish. My family has always loved him, so much. I think they'll feel equally awful after tomorrow. I wish I didn't find the ring. Maybe if I didn't have time to think about it I would have said yes. But that's not fair to either of us. I'll miss him. I'll miss his scent, his hugs, his laugh. The way he doesn't make me feel dumb when I tell him I don't know something. He'll just explain it to me. No judgment. I'll miss the chemistry we have, how even after years of being together we still want each other just as much. I won't miss the jealousy, the possessiveness, and the way he feels like he owns me. When we first got together I thought I could live with his flaws. After all, I wasn't perfect too. But when I saw that ring I knew I couldn't. I want to be able to have friends even if they are of the opposite gender. I want to talk to my coworkers without someone feeling jealous or threatened. I want to sometimes have a girls' night. I want a relationship where my partner doesn't act possessive in the name of being protective. I want someone who won't scream at me, asking me to get in the car and leave with him just because a male friend asked me to hang out. I get why he does it. I understand him. I love him. He's insecure and I get that. He wants to protect me, but what he doesn't understand is that he's hurting me trying to do this. I can't constantly fight and defend myself. That's not the life I see myself having. I feel like he doesn't trust me even after years of me being nothing but loyal. I feel selfish. I promised him I would never leave him. I promised him I'd stay and love him forever. I promised we'd grow old together, start a family together. He's even trying to be better for me. But it just wouldn't be fair for him to have a wife who, even if only for a few moments, resents him. I hope he wants to continue our relationship even though I'll say no. I won't keep all my promises. Just not now with the way that we are. I feel like I'm drowning. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to disappoint everyone I know. I hope I wake up tomorrow and magically change my mind. Edit. The reason why I'm not telling him no now, I've considered that, but from how much I know him, it will be better if I answer when he asks me. Kinder. I know he'll want the chance to do it properly because otherwise he'll keep wondering like, what if she didn't find the ring, what if I did it right, what if she's just freaked out, etc. I know him and this is 100% the better way for him to find out, at least considering the other option. It's not a public proposal. Update. Hello. I apologize for the very confusing way in which I worded my original post and for the late update. As you can imagine, the last few days has been hard. English is not my first language and besides, I didn't even think so many people would read it. I was honestly so shocked to see so many people try and help me understand my feelings. Thank you so very much for all the support, love, and advice. Just to clarify a few things that people found confusing. He already had the family ring with him, his great-grandmother's, but he bought one more, whole another, ring just in case I didn't like the family one. The backup ring was more modern. I assumed right in thinking he planned to propose with the family ring and then give me the backup ring as a modern alternative. Also, I am 25F and he is 26M. We have been together for 5 years, will be 6 this Christmas. A lot of people were asking me why I'd want to stay in this relationship since I talked about how even though I was not ready to get married, I'd still want to be with my boyfriend. It's basically because I have faith in us. I want to help him and I want to try everything I can before giving up on us. I love him and his qualities and lovable quirks are so much more than his flaws. I know he had a not-so-good childhood which doesn't help with the insecurities. Rather than leave him and lose everything we had, I want to try. Of course this is all only applicable if I'm happy. I'm still prioritizing myself. I just want to help him along with this too. Okay, so the update. I ended up talking to him before he proposed. At first I was so sure that it was better to wait, but a few helpful comments made me realize I'd forever ruin the magic and beauty that comes with proposals if I let him actually do it only for me to say no. So I texted him and told him to come back home from work as soon as possible. My brother knew I was telling him about my decision just in case things got messy. Not that I think my boyfriend would ever hurt me, but I was just overall very chaotic in my emotions and felt like I'd need someone with me if we broke up. He came home, I cooked dinner and we sat together at the table. He could tell I found the ring. I knew that he knew the moment I looked at his face. I'm not sure how to best describe it in English, but there was a certain sadness in the air I couldn't quite understand. Not your typical sadness. I don't know. Anyways, I told him about the ring and he asked me if the answer was yes. I couldn't speak really, but he answered it for himself and said obviously the answer is no, otherwise we wouldn't be doing this. He asked me the reason. I explained as much as I could. He listened, I cried, then he cried. Then we just held each other. He was not angry at all, and now I feel guilty for thinking he'd scream at me or something. I told him I still love him and that I just didn't want to get married now. He said okay, and then that he wanted to be a better person for me before calling me his wife. I asked him if that meant he wanted to try something like therapy, and he said yes. He was very hurt though, I could tell. It pained me to see someone I love so much go through that, but this was the only option. I didn't want to get married while he was still this way. We cried more, went for a walk, and I felt hopeful about our relationship for the first time in a while. I think we forgot that love isn't always enough, as someone pointed out in the comment section. I want to understand him more, and I can see that he wants to try and be better with his insecurities and instincts. I know it will be slow, the whole process. I know he won't magically change. But I'm okay with that. I'm booking an appointment soon. We have been having more honest conversations, especially me, by telling him how hurt I was by some of the things he does. It felt good to communicate like that. He opened up to me too about his insecurities and whatnot. Thank you again for validating my feelings. It felt so good to just type all this out and to have so much love and kindness. Thank you.